All right, we're just starting this. This is just the beginning of baseball season. We're gonna have 4 more this week, and if nothing else, you'll get to see some of my other favorite teams. This is a farm team, Fort Wayne TinCaps. If you ever get Fort Wayne, Indiana, check it out. One of the best minor league ballparks in the nation. But in the meantime, I hope you are not just in the game, but getting good hits by following some fundamental scriptures for how to make your life richer. It's your video thought for the day. I thought, these are passages that are basically base hits. These are ones that are going to get you on base and get you in the game playing really, really well. So the first passage, I'm going to come straight out with the one that may seem like the last passage, but this is a single. This is a base hit every time you get up. It's James 4:10. James says to humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord. And throughout Scripture, you get this same concept that we are to seek to be humble before God instead of proud. Let God be the one who makes you great. Now this week in our video thoughts for the day, I'm talking about things with kind of a baseball theme. You might say, well, that's not very biblical. Certainly it is. The Bible starts out with a baseball game in the big inning. So I want to tell you, you commit errors, we all commit errors. Get over it. Get over it by confessing your sin to the Lord, confessing your mistakes to your brother or sister that you've committed the sins against, and be quick to forgive. Peter got some of it. Peter said to Jesus, I think it's Matthew 18, he said, should I forgive my brother 7 times? And 7 was a symbolic number at the time, meaning all the time. So he was really getting it. Should I always forgive my brother? And Jesus said, oh, not just 7, but 70 times 7. In other words, and so this idea that a walk by faith is a walk of blind kismet and luck and trust in God is wrong. We are to acknowledge God, Proverbs 3 says, in all of our ways, and he'll make our paths straight, but we're acknowledging him as we figure out how to walk by his divine inspiration. It's one reason I want to spend so much time in Scripture. It gives me insight into this decision-making process. It's why I want the Spirit of God in my heart to help convict me of sin and righteousness and judgment so that I can make good decisions. But God didn't make you and me to be puppets, and he didn't make us as a computer program. He made us as thinking people, and he calls us as part of our worship of him to bring him our minds, to renew our minds, and to become the kind of people that can put together a good lineup for a winning team. See, people watch us. Jesus said in his Sermon on the Mount that we're the salt of the earth, but we're also the light of the world. We're the light that's set up on the side of a hill. We're supposed to be a light that reflects God's love and compassion and goodness and righteousness to this fallen world. People are watching. The writer of Hebrews says that just like using a sports analogy, except there it's a race, that we are running this race in front of a cloud of witnesses. And so we're to run the race properly and carefully. The Psalms frequently talk about God being our shelter or our refuge, a harbor from the storm. God never is that simply to remove us from engagement in this stormy world. God does that to remove us so that we can be restored and sent back out to live in victory in the storm.